Imagine looking up at the sky, and instead of birds, you see something massive gliding above you, wings wider than a bus, casting a shadow over everything. Creatures like this actually existed, and some were so big, scientists still debate how they even managed to fly. Quetzalcoatlus, a flying giant, could hunt on land like a predator. Quetzalcoatlus had a wingspan of up to 35 feet, making it one of the largest flying animals ever. Instead of taking off like birds, it likely launched itself using all four limbs in a powerful jump, almost like a spring-loaded mechanism. Once airborne, it could glide for hundreds of kilometers, barely flapping its wings. On land, it stood as tall as a giraffe, which means it wasn't helpless on the ground. Scientists believe it may have hunted like a stork, walking around and snapping up small animals, but its exact hunting style is still debated. Pteranodon, a silent ocean hunter gliding for miles without effort. Pteranodon had a wingspan of over 20 feet and lived near ancient oceans. Even without teeth, it was an expert at catching fish, swooping down and grabbing them with its long beak. Its most unusual feature was the long crest on its head, which may have helped with balance, steering, or even attracting mates. It spent most of its time gliding over water, using wind currents to travel long distances, and likely only came to land for resting or nesting. Hatzegopteryx, a sky predator, strong enough to hunt like a land dinosaur. Hatzegopteryx was much more heavily built than most flying reptiles, with a massive skull that could reach nearly 10 feet long and unusually strong bones. It lived on an island where it likely faced little competition, allowing it to become a top predator. Some scientists believe it could hunt animals almost as large as itself, using its powerful neck to strike quickly. This made it not just a flying creature, but one of the most dominant predators in its entire ecosystem. Argentavis, a bird so large it ruled the sky without flapping much. Argentavis was the largest flying bird ever discovered, with a wingspan of around 23 feet. It relied on thermal air currents to stay in the air for hours, sometimes traveling huge distances without landing. Because of its size, taking off wasn't easy. It likely needed strong winds or high ground to get airborne. It mainly fed on carrion, but could also steal food from other predators. Once in the sky, it had very few threats and completely dominated its environment. Pelagornis, a long-distance ocean flyer with a dangerously unique beak. Pelagornis had a wingspan of up to 24 feet and a beak lined with sharp, tooth-like projections that helped it catch slippery prey like fish and squid. These weren't real teeth, but they worked in a similar way. It spent most of its life over the open ocean, possibly flying for days without landing. It used ocean winds to glide effortlessly across vast distances, making it one of the best long-distance flyers ever to exist. Microraptor A, small dinosaur, revealing how flight may have begun. Microraptor was a small dinosaur with a very unique feature. It had feathers on both its arms and its legs, giving it 4 wing-like surfaces. This allowed it to glide smoothly between trees, almost like a natural glider. Some fossils show it had shiny, iridescent black feathers, which may have helped in display or camouflage. It hunted small animals and birds, and its structure gives scientists important clues about how flight first evolved. These creatures prove that Earth's skies were once far more extreme than today. From massive gliders to early flying dinosaurs, each one shows how wild evolution can get. And with new discoveries still being made, who knows what other incredible creatures are waiting to be uncovered. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share for more amazing content like this.